ombre case. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to take your phone and make sure that there's no case on it, and you're going to want to wrap it in some parchment paper. And then you're going to want to take a pencil and mark off any places where you don't want the case to cover. So like mark off the camera hole and the volume buttons and the power button and just basically any buttons. Just make sure you don't cover them with glue. And so now you're just going to want to start to make your case, and for mine, what I did was I first outlined on the edges of my phone case with some hot glue, and then I filled it in with whatever design I was making. And for this one, I just wanted to make like a bunch of dots, and it didn't come out quite like I wanted it, but it still, I think, came out pretty cool. So if you're gonna make dots, just like spread them out and then wait for them to dry and then put more dots in between them. Otherwise, they'll just like melt together and it'll just be a mess. Just went ahead and filled all that in. And so once you have the back of your phone case done, you're going to want to go in and fill in the edges and make sure to do a pretty thick line of hot glue. And also make sure not to cover any of the places that you marked so that you can still reach the buttons. And once the edges are dry, you're going to flip your phone over to the front and you're going to start making dots on like the lip, I guess, of the phone case. And this is gonna just help it, like this is definitely necessary. You can do dots or you can just do another line, just as long as it's touching the line on the edges, if that makes sense. But I just did a bunch of dots and I used the same technique as I did for the phone case. I just made the dots and then let them dry and then made more dots in between them. And this just helps the case stay onto your phone and it looks really cute too. And then you're just going to want to peel the case off the phone once all of the glue's dry, and make sure to be pretty careful with this. But if it does end up breaking, you can just glue it back together. It's really no big deal. And then I'm just going to be using nail polish to decorate my case, and for this one I chose to do an ombre design, so I just took various shades of blue and I painted them on from darkest to lightest, but obviously you can do whatever you want. It can be as complex or simple as you want it to be. And then I went ahead and sealed in the nail polish with some Mod Podge. And once that dries, your phone case is done and ready to